Alrighty, guys. So I did have a phenomenal portfolio show for you guys, but markets are breaking up right now. So I'm still going to be going through the portfolio for you guys. But let's speak about the current short-term breakout that's happening on Bitcoin right now. We're sitting at $30,700 at the moment. And it looks like this could possibly be the run of where Bitcoin can maybe finally break the 31,000. Will this be the run that gets us up to 35,000, even up to the $40,000 mark? Markets have definitely turned extremely bullish over the last little while, and you can see what we're about to do now is start our second green candle on the weekly. And hopefully this could finally be the one that gets through this resistance and starts getting Bitcoin to the way higher levels. You can immediately see how the Bitcoin dominance is turning in Bitcoin's favor right now. And we could see that we're still looking at a 53 to 55% dominance within Bitcoin. That means there's strength with Bitcoin right now. And that means this current move right now, this could end up being a really big one. And what's nice about it this time is we are getting a nice little Bitcoin breakout, but we're also getting altcoins moving pretty fast. We have Optimism up 5% within the last few hours. We have Injective. We have many of the tokens we've been speaking about all starting to wake up. And I'm pretty sure if I jump on here to the bubbles, we'll start to see how the coins are starting to wake up. And we're starting to see NEAR come back to life. So, Bitcoin Cash obviously continuing. And we spoke about these Injective. We got Arbitrum. We have many different tokens. Right now, I'm in 2 different trades. And yesterday, I'll explain to you how I've been shifting and how I've been turning some of them into margin trades and some of them into leverage trades. I'm now in a phantom long as well. So I'm going to be showing you guys what I'm doing there. And I'm in an 𝗬𝗡 trade over here as well. Of up to around $100,000 within just this breakout at the moment. And we're going to trade the market, guys. So soon you'll see the title of the show change to Breakout. Let's trade the market. If we're going to sit here for the next hour or two, let's see what happens. Maybe Bitcoin breaks 31,000 on the stream as we speak. During the show, what I'm going to do as well, I'm going to go through the alt season portfolio that I built 3 months ago, see where we're at with that, see if we're going to be adding any new tokens, and how are we going to trade and prep our portfolios for a bull run that may start at any single moment, and we need to be ready for it. No more wasting time. It is a great day. Let's get into the show.
Click, click. Have you heard the news? What? With his finger on the pulse, it's like Sheldon knew. Click, click. When the sniper shoots, we got Sheldon on the charts, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter with visor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. So enter the sniper, click, click, click. Time to be dedicated, sniper mode is activated. Explosions in the market are in target, and Sheldon demonstrates. Mirror, mirror on the wall, Master Sheldon tell us all. We got Sheldon on the charts, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter with visor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. Enter the sniper, click, click. Enter the sniper. Enter the sniper.
Banter fam, what's up? I hope you're having a fantastic day. It's a nice green day at the moment. Let's hope that this strong momentum can continue. So like I say, this is going to be a fun show. It's going to be a trading show, and it's going to be a portfolio show to see where we're at with the short time frames, where we're at with the long time frames, the higher time frames. And it's going to be a good one. Hopefully we do have a 31K break of Bitcoin within today. I think that would be amazing. It's crazy how 30,000 was the level to break, and it's holding it pretty good at support at the moment. So there's definitely a lot of strength within the bulls, and it looks like they maybe want to start making some big higher time frame moves. So guys, let's get going. First thing, get Banter Bubbles. You see over here, you got this amazing tool. You can get on the web, you can get it on your app store. Get into Banter Bubbles. It has chats there, and there's a lot more coming within this, and then it's nice. Remember what I said about you just saw a Bitcoin breakout, so now you want to zoom in and you want to be like, okay, cool. What is breaking out with Bitcoin? What is the quicker moves? You want to see whenever the market turns bullish or bearish, what's the coin that's getting destroyed the most or the coin that's gaining the most? That's the big thing when it comes to the bubbles. It just allows you to see, especially as a trader, what's moving and when. Secondly, what we have, guys, we have Sniper School Cohort 7. So come join Sniper School. I want to show you again quickly. While we're waiting to see if Bitcoin breaks at 31, this is Sniper School. You have all of these amazing topics here that give you the foundation in a bull market. I'm telling you this again. If a bull market comes and you're not ready for it, you're going to get rich and you're going to get poor. And that's just the truth of it. You need to know the foundations. You need to know stop losses. You need to know strategies. You need to know businesses. You need to know money. You need to know all of these things. In order to get into Sniper School, there are 3 basic steps. You must open an exchange account using one of the Sniper School links. Now, we have CoinW. You want to train CoinW? I've been enjoying it very much, but this is for the US guys. You don't need Fika. You don't need to worry about your VPN. Within this exchange, we have Bybit. We have BitGet, we have Maxi, we have many, many, many different exchanges. And remember, we make money from every time you trade. So therefore, what that means is we need to make sure you're a very good trader. In order for the business to make money, you need to survive and you need to do well. So that's why you use our exchange link. And that's how we make money. And that's how you get to school for free. Sniper School is for free. You do deposit $100 because that's for you to trade, to teach you how to trade and build portfolios. And then we've got a few other things. OKX as well, guys. We'll speak about OKX in a second. I think for now, let's quickly speak about this because I think we might get a short-term retest of Bitcoin very quickly. And I think if you didn't get any positions opened up or anything like that, I think this is the time where you can load up a position with a great stop loss. So you could see basically yesterday we've been ranging, especially when it comes to Phantom, and it came down to these areas now. And for me, these are the areas of where I'm building a position with the stop loss just under the previous low over here. Now, I want to speak about this now because this is a nice little breakout from Bitcoin. And if I show you on the 1 hour, it might quickly retest. It might quickly retest. And I think it's going to be bought up pretty quickly. And I think it is going to attempt the highs. So this little retest is over here. So if you have a look, that we just had the push out. We just got a slightly higher high. That's good. So what we want to see now is we'll jump to the 15 minutes. We want to see small retest here and then go. That's what I think is going to happen. So I think now on this little red candle we're getting on the 15 minutes is the time to build a position for any short-term trades. You got to be having a lot of fun right now within this volatile market, guys. So this is why as soon as we saw the break of this, I was like, I'm in Phantom Long. I'm in many of them. We spoke about optimism yesterday. There we go. On its way. This is a great entry, and there's still going to be an entry here on the breakout over here. So I think we're going to get some really good short-term trades today. We spoke about Injective Protocol. There goes Injective breaking out now. This should be one of the really big movers on this breakout. We have 𝗦𝗵𝗲𝗍𝗍. Let's go see where that is at the moment. Still in buy zone for spot. So still in buy zone for the spot account over here. I would definitely say, guys, as much as you want to trade short-term leverage accounts, I'll be making sure that I got some good spot entries that you can hold for a good amount of time. I see my Phantom is taking off again. There we go. So I have a $78,000 position in Phantom at the moment. I took some small TPs yesterday on Optimism. And you can see I'm basically shifting. I don't fall in love with these tokens. I see what's best for the day. And I've decided for me personally, and this is what's good for you guys as well, is when I sleep at night, I'm actually closing my positions. So I close my positions at night. I open up the next day. Because it's such a great trading market at the moment, I can jump in every day and see what looks the best. And I can trade that. So that's why I'm shifting and changing as things go. And so should you guys. You know, take your short-term profits. And when you see the next great setup again, you go again. Keep focusing on risk to reward. Every time you take your trade, where you're going to put your stop loss, where you're going to put your take profits, and does it match? Is it worth you risking $100 to make $600 reward? You know, it just comes down to what you're betting and controlling yourself when it comes to that. And so far, this one is ripping off. So I'll get Dylan on just now so that we can speak about any other next possible trades. I just want to see what is currently the bigger moves. PEPE, what you doing, bro? So let's see over here. Looks like PEPE, looks like it wants to go. So we had this little flag over here. So guys, I want to remind you, when it gets to this bull market, just focus on flags. Really focus on flags, because what you're going to have is you're going to have a lot of tokens on any time frames create these huge pumps one side, and they're going to then go sideways. And ultimately, you've got two patterns that play out there. You've got the upside when the coin goes up, it goes sideways. You either got the Bart Simpson, where it comes straight back down from where it started, okay, or you have the bull flag, where it basically goes up over here, forms the flag, and it breaks up, and it forms a flag, and it breaks up. And that's why whenever you see cool down, you want to structure and get ready, because if it breaks on the upside, you want to take the long. And what's nice about taking the long in the breakout is you have a nice tight stop loss within the bottom. And as it starts to progress, you can move those stops up. And you can see over here very clear that if you got the PEPE breakout, right over here, where would your stops be? Boom, right there now. Fantastic. And just pay attention to this because you're going to see a lot of flags within these markets and you want to make sure you're always ready. And then how you're going to basically play. Now, why does a coin go sideways after a pump? Because it's got to reset the RSIs. So your RSIs, you'll see at the bottom, is always going up and down. And when you get to these areas, they're usually at the top. So what they got to do is they got to reset the RSI, get momentum again, get strength again, and then they pop it up. And the difference this time is when you're breaking out on these areas, you actually have a reset RSI, therefore giving it strength to push through where it needs to on the next move to the upside. So we've got PEPE waking up. Nakamoto looks ready again. Let's see what Naka. There we go. So you see the flags, guys. So if you look at the flag over here, dun-dun, there we go. You could see shorter time frame now. We're starting to break the flag. I'll speak about where these tokens all are higher time frame. I think we're going to have a little bit of a longer show today to go through some shorter time frame and higher time frame. Or it becomes a crazy trading show for today, and we do go through the portfolio tomorrow. We'll see how that goes so far. But let's quickly update. So the first thing I want to speak about is this quick Bitcoin breakout. This is where it should attempt now the 31,000. And this should be the one that we hopefully finally get through it. So we knew that this little piece over here did get above the previous one, which was really good. I think it finally broke through that wall. And I think the next time we approach this crazy resistance, I think we can actually smash through it. And what that therefore is going to start for us, it's going to start a very higher time frame squeeze. So if you have a look here again, you got to remember where we're at on the weekly is where we've just had a flag form, you know, and now we've broken the resistance to the upside, started a short-term squeeze, and now we're probably facing one of the biggest resistances we've seen in a very long time, which is a weekly resistance of the previous May crash. And after that, there's a huge-ass gap that takes us all the way up to the $38,000 to the $40,000 level. So what we saw last week is the fact that we literally had about 8 weeks to the downside of the bears trying to get priced down. It got erased in 1 week. And therefore, we definitely see a bullish engulfing and we're starting to see strength within Bitcoin. So if we get through this area over here, I think we see another big green candle like we just saw now. And this candle can go anywhere up to these areas of 37, if not to the 40. And that's the thing. So what we want to do now is now we know in the higher time frame, we are at a critical area of resistance. We now want to go and zoom in. And if we go and zoom in, we can see, okay, it's starting to form a flag. And ultimately, you have two options here. Either we're going to go test price and go test the retest over there, or it's going to form the flag now. And from here, we go to the upside. So this is really nice, guys, because if we decide to break out here and we start to have a rally to 35, you just start to see this huge explosion to the upside, right? It means we can literally take our stops on many positions, any of our trading positions, and we can move them right up here. Boom, 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 boom. Because this is the time to shine. And you know what's great about that, guys? You're finally reducing so much risk. You're reducing a lot of risk when that basically happens. So this would obviously be a big play to happen right now. And this one would obviously be nice for us because even though, and it's actually crazy, we've been sitting 8 weeks in the red, right? And now we're all like, oh, just come back so I can buy some more, please. It's crazy. We've been 8 weeks to the downside and now we want price to come down so we can buy more. It's crazy. So this would obviously be a blessing if that does come. It does mean that there's a hard rejection that comes here on the shorter time frame at any moment that goes to 28. But I would say you're lucky if this happens. So we got to prepare for it. But I kind of feel that we've been waiting. If you weren't buying here and loading up here, and now you want to buy here, you might not get it. And I think that's what they do to trick you, because now what they do is they keep sending price to the upside. They force you to buy higher. Then they have liquidation hunts, because as soon as price gets above here and it starts to rally to the upside, you're then going to start having leverage go through the roof. And then you're going to start having, you know, these crazy wicks. Exactly. Respect the pump. So Bitcoin, let's quickly go back and let's get a bit of an understanding on what's all happening. Okay. There we go. At the moment. So here's the retest, guys. So I think before we go into all the alts on the higher time frames, let's see what's available for some trades now. So I will bring Dill on. While we are here at the moment, I see there's a little bit of background noise there. Dill, what's up? Bro? What's happening?
What's happening? Can you hear? Is there background noise here, bro?
A little bit of background noise. Let's just see if this helps.
三凤凰他妈南要开府别府俺家将亲一战黄蜂么三个狼学个还他妈是三呀湾
Maybe it works, guys. Maybe it works.
I believe it worked. Did it work?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. So this is a retest. So you got two options here, guys. Either, if the Bitcoin breakout happens right now, will you just see that quick? There's a little bit of background noise at 𝗏𝗏. You just see what the background noise would be. He's going to come there to you now, 𝗏𝗏, and quickly check. So either what we have right now, guys, is you could trade Bitcoin. Because I kind of feel if Bitcoin right now, as things stand, this is a great trade to take on the shorter time frame. Because what you basically have is you have a great retest right now, and you can have a stop anywhere in the split at the bottom over here of around 1%. And from here, you got the push to the up, and I'll probably be setting TPs around 35 because now is probably the moment to do it, right? It's either going to fake out or it's going to completely rip from here. Now, the reason why I'm saying Bitcoin's not a bad idea to trade right now is because if that happens and we get this big breakout, you can see very much that dominance wants to break to the upside. So if you see over here, you can see that dominance is also breaking the flag to the upside. And if that happens, it means it is going to be a Bitcoin run first. So don't be afraid if you want to trade Bitcoin. It's in the buy right now. And if you look at the risk to reward as it stands right now, it looks like a good trade. So what I'd basically do is I'll take this little trend line at the bottom over here of where I'd put my stop losses. And you can see if I zoom out slightly, it's around about a 0.6% stop loss, which is a good one. And this to the 35K, because that is probably my next target, 35. You can see how big the risk to reward ratio is over here at the moment as it stands. Let's see, 𝗏𝗏. Bring you back in. Let's see.
I'm here. Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah,
how's that?
Way better. Way better. Way better.
All right, okay,
better.
cool.
Okay, what trades you in, bro?
Nice,
Before we focus, what trades you in?
I'm long render. I'm long 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Let me show you my charts quickly.
Okay, you can bring them up quick while I start looking to see what's available trade-wise.
So yes, watching the same thing as you on BTC. What a nice break. Got us very excited. Before it broke, we were teeing up some areas of interest for us. One of them was 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, settled nicely into this 786 and horizontal area. So grabbed an entry a bit earlier today in this zone. So we're down here. We grabbed it sort of 0.97, give or take. So anywhere in this box, I quite like, provided BTC is going to hold this break now.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm quite enjoying 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 at the moment. Render, you saw me talking about it yesterday. It's playing with my feelings a lot. I've been in like render, chopping me up, bro. It's like, but look, we've got a trend break. Maybe something's going to happen here for us. Obviously, the concerning thing for me here is resistance right here. So, until we start breaking this little band, I'm not going to get too excited. But render, I'm in. 618 is holding, guys. So, we've called this 618 for a while now. This is the 4-hour chart. So, Saturday, the 618 came into play 3 times, trend break. Maybe this is our moment. I'd obviously like to see this support hold here on these 4-hour candles. So just above 2, I'd like that sort of zone to hold. Optimism you've shown, nice little flag. So this is something to track, guys. And key area.
If it breaks out now, you can just pop you can just pop. So while you're on that, I'm actually on it here at the moment as it speaks. So if I look at the 1 hour here, if this breaks out now, it's beautiful to just pop your stop at the bottom, and you can see a risk to rewards really big. So it looks like optimism. Not only here on the shorter time frame looks good, on the higher time frame, you also have it retesting that major trend over there. And this could end up being a push that takes it up to a really higher level. So definitely optimism as one of the possible big trades for the day, if not for the week. Go back to you, bro.
Big one to watch. Then Craig this morning was telling us about 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. So we were trying to grab an entry there. Craig, what's the story here? Why are we buying 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏? Why do we like it here today?
So whales started stepping in at 1.18, and there were some very big buyers coming in at 1.18. So we're not far off of it, really.
Okay.
I mean, so we can come back.
So we just following, we're following what some of the big guys. So we're trying to follow the big guys. If the big guys are buying, why not look for an entry? Let's go for a ride. So just like Craig's saying, here's a flag that we quite like, something to pay attention to. We don't really want to lose that area, but if we do, we're looking at the support zone here, which probably be a decent entry. 1.7.
I'm quite interested. What do you guys think? Do you think they're going to fake Bitcoin here?
I don't know. Could be. 𝗕𝗏𝗿𝗍𝗑 there. Just do a fib on that. Just do a fib on that up.
Yeah.
On the recent
Let's
low.
take a look here. I'm going to pull from this low here, guys. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see where our
I'm
382
liking
is.
the 382 line. Yeah.
I like this 382, guys, as a first
I think the market's going to rip
if we lose that flag.
Yeah, I don't know. At the moment, it's
bro. This BTC looks good. Looks good now.
Well, we're holding the
30,500.
That was support the whole weekend. Then we lost it. Became resistance. We've now regained it, retested it. So we're holding the 3,500 for now. So I think that's an important level.
Yeah. So and a lot of these entries now, guys, that I'm looking at are based on BTC now holding this break. If we start losing this break,
which
we're
means
opening up new areas.
But you just put your stops under the previous low.
Yeah,
that's it.
Correct.
There's no.
100%.
It's gonna break and rip from here, or it's a fake out, and that's very simple.
Yeah.
So another one I want to get you guys' thoughts on here.
It's clean.
Is this one here? Is obviously a great chain link break.
Sure.
So great chain link break on trend here, and it's fighting another little 1 hour flag right now in there. And I think if Bitcoin breaks out now, I think one of the good tokens for the day is going to be a Chainlink. Because if it gets this little horizontal over here and gets through here, it now starts opening the doors to a 7.2, if not an $8 sort of region. So I think we need to pay attention to Chainlink 2 at the moment. Craig, what trades are you in?
I was in Arbitrum, took profit, waiting for it to come back again, and just rinse, repeat on Arbitrum at the moment.
Okay, cool. I think I just want to make sure we got some trade setups here. So if the market goes off, we can be in the trade.
Well, on Lint, we've got
and
that
then I can go through
of that 200-day. So I mean, I don't know what percentage that is for leverage scalp. It's good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going.
I like that link to that 200-day.
Guys, if Bitcoin breaks through 31 today, I think the market goes berserk.
No, they'll go down.
I really think the market goes fucking crazy. I really do. I think everything, and I think we've got to actually pay attention to look at that. Like ETH, this was a good retest of ETH. This should hopefully be the time.
It's a 382 as well, eh? It pinged that 382 perfectly. So yeah, I mean, I'm feeling quite bullish here. Provided BTC plays ball. What's dominance doing here at the moment?
So it's waiting. It wants to break out of a flag. So you can see it very much over here. It's holding the flag at the moment, but it's waiting. It's clearly waiting to see what Bitcoin wants to do. Because if Bitcoin breaks out of that range right now, I think it's gonna rip. I think it's gonna go to 53. And if it goes to 53, that obviously for me indicates a big thing of this is Bitcoin attempting a way higher range, a way higher breakout than what we think. Because I think there's a huge weekly squeeze.
Yeah, if you've got a big breakout on Bitcoin, we should be looking at stacks, eh?
So my only problem with stacks is it's done a lot already.
Yeah.
So it's done well. Yeah, it is good. It is good. So where I want to get stacks is here. There's my buy zone there. That's where I want
to look
stack.
at the retrace on that fib retrace there, see where we're at. But I mean, I think it's going to tie in.
618 is 60. It's still another 10% down from where it is now.
Yeah. Look, it's, as I say, it always moves strongly with Bitcoin. It tends to lag it, and then it has this huge catch up.
This is one for me that's interesting. Is Phantom, because we're going up again now. If we break this resistance, it's gonna hit this short squeeze gap, and there's a huge ass gap between the 33 and the 42. So therefore, that's why I changed my mind yesterday. I was in the optimism trade here, but I've shifted it to a phantom trade now, because if I can get that gap breakout, it can give me a huge push of obviously getting a good 8 to 10K growth on this trade over here. And then I can go into optimism. And I think that's my goal, is like, if I trade a token now, how do I trade this token and then take that and then go shift into the next one and not stay too in love with the same token? And that's the thing. 𝗏𝗏, how do you prevent yourself from staying with render the whole time? And I think let's talk about render while we're on it. No, it's true, because if you don't have a plan, because if you don't have a plan, you're just going to stick to the same token. And it's like like Craig says it many times, you're standing on a ship that's sinking, but the rocket's going fast. And it's like, what do you do? You know what I mean? When do you
it's tough, man. It's like, I mean, it's opportunity cost as well. So, I've been sitting in quite a nice size render position, and it's opportunity cost on other trades. And I keep backing my level, which is the 618, and we've had 3 bounces now, but it's taken 3 or 4 days. It gets very frustrating. So if we get another rejection here, I'm going to be quite annoyed.
So what I see with render here is this is a good 1 hour, and it's very similar to Bitcoin now to see if Bitcoin holds that level. But we've got 20 minutes. And I think if it closes outside here, I think it's worth the hold. I think it's worth the hold, and I think it's worth the trade. You are running at a slightly higher of around 1.8% stop loss. But what's nice about this is if you look at the 1 hour, you're catching it early first. So this is why you want to zoom in. But then you want to zoom out and be like, where is it on the midterm range now? And it's in this like flag. And if it decides to push up from here, you might have a short TP of a 10% trade, up to these areas. But if it breaks that, you can have a $2.6 render again. So it's I think it is one to focus on in the next hour, and I think I'll join you on the trade if we do close outside there, because if I look at my risk to reward, I think it is really good. You got like a 1.227, 1.28 risk to reward on this trade at the moment.
And we know, when render starts moving, it properly moves. So, it could be over and done sort of pretty quickly as well. We could see that 10% push in a few hours.
So what are your top, if Bitcoin breaks 31 today, what are your top calls? What do you think are your top 2 coins?
I love Phantom.
Yeah.
I'd love to get a bigger piece of Phantom. I think things like Matic and Sol, I think there's pressure on them with the Celsius stuff. I think there's too much selling in the market. But the Phantom stuff sounds good to me. I do like Optimism. I'm not big fundamentally, but I know there's an angle on this Lido. So I've been grabbing some Lido, LDO. Maybe Craig can tell us why, but it's linked to ETH. It makes sense to me.
Linked to
so
ETH,
fan and injecting
on the staking, and there was one of the tweets came out today that there are now more ETH staked than there are ETH on exchanges. I mean, how's that for a stat? So ETH is starting to get into, the supply is becoming less and less, because once it's staked, it's not tradable. And we've got, with the proof of stake, we actually, they burning ETH. So ETH is, as you know, from me, is my biggest long-term hold. Every time it dips, I just buy, no question.
Yeah. So,
I agree.
Yeah, I'm quite a fan. And then, we shouldn't forget about things like DeFi.
Yeah, 100%.
I agree. So, so what I'm going to do, guys, I think this is going to become, so there's still a lot to go through within the show, but I think this is going to become a live trading session for today. So I don't know if Dill and Craig can just quickly go through 1 or 2 coins. Just give me 2 minutes just to go change. I had a meeting at 1 o'clock, and I know Dill had it too. So let me just go change that meeting for another half an hour, 40 minutes, so we can sit on, take trades, go through the portfolios, because I do think that if we'll soon know if it's a breakout or fake out. I think this is going to be a big one. And I think if we catch these entries, I think we're going to have a very happy community. Very, very, very happy community. So I don't know if you want to pop through your list there quick, Dill. Let me go sort this out, and I'll be back now.
Yeah, I'll run through a few. That's no problem.
Jay, I don't know if you've got anything there and you want to jump on. Chris, I don't know if you can see anything there. But
anything spicy, guys. But yeah, I mean, so BTC again, we're just going to watch this. We're going to watch this retest now. This is key for us now for these things to take off. Just an update yesterday, Aptos. We're still sitting in this daily break. It's held these areas. We had a pullback yesterday, and it held really well, as you can see. So, this is confirmed daily support. So I quite like deep pullbacks into the zone, gives you a very tight stop. And then if BTC comes back to retest and we get a deep pullback into the zone, you can load up. And then, yeah, I want to send Aptos to this 200-day and the 618 up here. I think it could happen quite easily. So, yeah, deep pullbacks, nice tight stop on Aptos, potential 30% move there to that 200-day. So my eyes are on that one.
Bitcoin Cash seems to, I don't know, maybe someone can write in the chat how it moves with Bitcoin. But I mean, it's been a beast recently, and look where it's coming up to.
So here it is, yeah. So, we were saying when things become bullish like this, we want to just ride this trend. We don't want to get too excited and start buying these long candles. We can just buy these little pullbacks. And a nice example is DYDX that we were talking about yesterday.
Yes.
You know, look how it just rode this trend up nicely, and you get your opportunities if you're just patient. So, you know, if we agree that Bitcoin's bullish and BCH is going to run with Bitcoin, let's try and just identify these areas on these little pullbacks, you know, and look at trends. And I mean, there's a trend within the trend as well that we can look for. So we'll time the trend and some fibs. You know, ideally we want to see this situation, a nice sharp little move down, to really lock in a nice entry there. Let's see where some fibs are on this guy. So I'll take it from this low over here. See, it's sitting on the 382, guys. So, you know, we've been saying a lot, this 382 is a very bullish, it's a bullish fib. When things are looking good, pullback, we can quite confidently buy these 382s, and you can see why it's happening here again. So, you know, the perfect scenario is a pullback onto trend with a 382. I mean, that would be awesome. And yeah, the deeper the better, guys. Then you get the tightest stop possible. Let's look for some potential targets.
Okay, so we've got Matic and 𝗫. I mean, our two 𝗫s we know was a beast a couple of days ago. We had that.
So 𝗫 had quite a big pullback. So it was obviously everyone was trading this news.
The news on 𝗫 was they'd done a deal with Alibaba. That was that massive candle that you can see.
Okay.
Where's that retrace? It might be coming to a 618, eh?
Yeah, let's take a look here. Okay, so let's pull from this low here. Let's see where we are.
Yeah, then maybe we get a 382.
Okay, so you see that's a nice solid 382 area, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know we've got the 382 tying in quite nicely with some horizontals, which is interesting for me.
Yeah.
So that's a nice area to look at. You know, right now we know everyone's.
That's actually really nice, eh?
Yeah.
And in terms of that,
so
big
everyone
move,
has
that
sold
big
this
candle,
news.
Is that a 618? It probably ties in there too. That one candle. That one right.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. At the start of that move.
This guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, look, this is an interesting area to me. I think people now are selling the news on 𝗫. If the whole market is pushing up, I think 𝗫 is going to move up. But I think the catalyst for a big 𝗫 move was the other day. You know, and it will just sort of move up, I'd say, like organically now if the market moves up. So this is a good area to target for an entry, provided BTC holds this break. So BTC pulls back to test. We're going to see 𝗫 dip back into this zone. Try and grab it nice and tight there. Very tight stop. It's always nice. If you get precision entries, you get the best stops. You know, and then maybe the next push up. Did we do injective? I think Sheldon might have covered this. But yeah, yesterday we were eyeing this break on injective. Look at this. It's perfect. Broke up, retest, and here it goes. So, you know, the ideal entry yesterday was on this pullback, 7.3. So yeah, look, I wouldn't say there's an entry now. If you are long on injective, this is the first sort of area of interest to me. If you scalping or looking for a TP zone somewhere in this region here, you could even front run that just a little bit under 8, just to make sure you get your sell in if it gets that high.
I think I see Jay's on there. So you see anything there, Jay?
Dylan, yeah, just look at Tezos. It's done a retest, and Theta looks like it wants to go.
Chris, what you seeing there, buddy?
No, I was talking about the weekly horizontal on Bitcoin Cash. It's holding it. It broke. It did an SR flip on a weekly. The daily, it's showing it's holding the daily, and the 4-hour did a retest.
Yeah.
Jay, talk to me about Tezos.
Just watch Theta.
I mean,
Tezos about to break, eh?
Yeah. Theta.
Cool.
Tezos.
Look at that.
Good. Let me just get a clean one.
And
No,
OP.
that's really good. Okay, let's just do one at a time. That Theta's looking pretty interesting. You can see the trend lines coming up.
Yeah, it's looking quite juicy here, guys. I know Mama Sniper's in the house. I wonder if she's got something to say about 𝗕𝗏. I wonder how long she is on 𝗕𝗏 today. Yeah, so looking very similar to this 𝗕𝗏𝗧 thing. Okay, so those two I like.
OP.
Oh, Casper. Yeah, OP we got. OP we watching this flag. So
guys, I know we're going to the tokens really,
guys.
really fast. You're going to have to go back onto the recordings and pick up the charts or screenshot them as we're going.
Okay, so this is OP 8 hour. Sorry guys, yeah, let's slow it down a little bit for you. Sorry, we get a little bit excited when we get these moves. Yeah, so OP is like simple play. You know, we're tracking this flag. I looked for support on OP. I found it on this dip here with a 382, which was very cool. And then we came back and we tested it again, you know, and you get that little double bottom scenario you're going to see so many times in crypto. Happens all the time. You know, so that the optimal entry was the second pullback onto this 382 fib. Next entry, we're going to look at a break, and we want to see the candle sort of close up here, right, guys? And then we're going to send it. So we're going to track optimism. Hopefully now throughout the day, we're going to get this break here. Here's
Magic breaking out on 1 hour time frame, Bill.
And I was just saying how shit Magic was.
Okay, let me jump on you and see quickly. Let's just quick update on Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So Bitcoin did bounce on that trend. So now looking to attempt to break the little higher high over here, which is good. So obviously this was a great 15-minute candle, great retest. That's why I said a good buy on Bitcoin. Pop in the chat if you guys did take the buy on the Bitcoin trade there at the moment. So this should be, if we break this high over now, we should start to see a little bit of acceleration towards this area over here. So the first test we want to see on this pump at the moment is we just want to make sure we get past the 31. We just want to see, are we still in the sideways little flag at the moment, or is this the momentum push now where we're going to go attempt those highs? And the way you got to basically do it is just create some steps for you. So if you look over here, the first thing you want to do is you just want to look at the 1 hour flag right now as it stands. We are breaking to the upside. So you have 3 levels you want to see it get above. There's the first one, which we've just gotten above now. Good sign. Second one is this high over here. Third one is that main high. So basically what you have now is you have 3 steps of where you want Bitcoin to be getting above. And these are also 3 rejection points that you have as well. So you just want to pay attention to understand that anyone now that is bearish is trying to short this current area over here. They're going to be popping their stops. If it gets through, it's going to hit the whole bunch of stops and it's going to fly quickly to this area. Same thing. You're going to have a whole bunch of bears sitting over here and they're going to try short this area. If it gets through there, it hits the stops, there's a big acceleration. Then what you have is probably every single bear in the world sitting at 31 and they trying to short the biggest short over here. And therefore we get through that level, you start to see a weekly squeeze that can end up taking us all the way up to the 35K area. So we just want to see now on the shorter time frame, we want to see that crack through that area. In that same time, what you're starting to see is you're starting to see Chainlink at the exact same. So what I just showed you guys now on the Bitcoin chart, you want to do the same thing with the altcoins. You want to say, okay, what's the first level? If anyone is shorting, where they're trying to short? Here right now, and they're trying to put their stop losses here. It gets through here. Where's it going next? Go take your data from the left. Do you see how I just zoom into what's happening right now? Once I'm through this data, then I can zoom out more. So for example, if I look at this right now, that's all I got to pay attention to as a trader right now is that level and that level. There's my support. There's my resistance. We get through here. There's going to be a squeeze to this area. We get through there. Now I start zooming out and I say, okay, cool. Now we're through there. Let's go get some more data. Where's the next one? Boom. Where's the next one? Boom. And you see how it's starting to give me a little bit of a roadmap of the levels of where I would see price slow down and where the shorters are going to try stop it. And where's the acceleration points of where price is going to accelerate to the upside. So that's great now. Now I know, okay, there's my safety at the bottom. That's stop loss zones. That's why I'm putting my stop losses, protecting myself for those zones. Because if I look there, where's the next point? Boom. There's my acceleration to the downside. So I can already see where we're at right now in one simple channel. And I want to give you guys a little bit of advice. This is no financial advice, but this was one of my biggest tools. This is one of my biggest tools that taught me how to trade in the beginning. Was I would literally just work with horizontals. That was the big thing. And right now, what it does is I already know either way on the long or the short period where I want to make my money. I want to make it there, or I want to make it there. There's my two money-making areas right now as it stands on the shorter time frame. And that's where it makes it a lot easier for yourself to understand where to make the money and versus when to build the positions. So now you have Bitcoin sitting at these areas. I think it's quite interesting to see dominance. Look there. This has to be strength for Bitcoin. You have dominance looking to break the flag to the upside. This has to be a strength for Bitcoin here that it wants to attempt. It definitely wants to try attempt breakout to the upside. What's quite interesting as well, I want to see, look at that. Ethereum getting sucked again. So it's very much clearly, look at that, Ethereum to Bitcoin too. Looks like it wants to possibly lose the lows over here. So definitely all eyes on Bitcoin at the moment on this current move. We have Injective. Let's go through these. There we go. Looking good at the moment. Let's look at Optimism. This is going to be a good trade. I think if Bitcoin breaks up now, this Optimism is going to be a good trade. And we have 5 minutes to hopefully...
Veracity has broken trend. It's broken a flag, and it's just cracked the 200-day MA.
Guys, do you... Okay, we'll go through. So Veracity, we'll go through that now. But guys, do you like that format? Looking at this right now, where are we? Where's the nearest high? They're done. It's got to get through there. Once it gets through there, where's the next? Where's the next? Where's the next? Cool. Now I know my acceleration pieces. I know my major areas. If it's the downside, where's the first? There. You can change the colors of your lines. I'm putting a whole bunch of lines now just to show you. So you can make all of these at the bottom green and all of these at the top red. But at least now you know where you're going to see acceleration and where you can prep for your trades, where you can put stop losses, where you can put all these sort of things. You know where price is going to accelerate. And that makes a very great way. So the same thing here. We're focusing, if we can get an hour close outside here, it's time to take the trade. Where would you put your stop loss? Over there. Why? Because you know where the acceleration point is to the downside. So your stops will go over there. Amazing. Once it's through there, what do you want to see? You want to see through this area. And what's nice about this is each level that you pass, you can move your stop loss. So every time all of a sudden this goes up, dun, 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 exactly. Where you're moving your stop loss. It was here first. When that happened, it moved there. When that happened, it moved there. When that happened, it moved there. And that's how you trail your stop up. Secondly, above that, and I know this is why, guys. Sniper School, cohort 7 in 3 weeks. Come join me in Sniper School, Sniper School, Sniper School. Come on, guys. Come on. This is what it's here for, to show you these things. Because after that, you'll even put a trend line to track that momentum to the upside. And as much as you have your targets of where you want it to go, if it does break the trend line just earlier, it's telling you that they're faking you out a little bit to take profits now. So Optimism, prep on that for that possible trade. Like I said, it was Chainlink. I want to see 𝗬𝗃, because this for me also looks good. So there's the trend as it stands. And let's quickly put in our horizontals here. Great risk to reward. Great risk to reward if you're entering the trade now. There's the first top. So you can see it's very clearly in the side little channel now. There's the big acceleration. Boom. So ultimately, I spoke to you guys about those cross methods of building your positions. It means I want to start building my position here. As it gets here, I want to make my position bigger, but I want my whole position in by the time it has that move. And that's where I make my money. And if you start to look at percentage-wise, what does this mean for your trades? That's a 6% on a full position size entry. And that makes a big difference. Big difference when your whole position's in. And that's why you won't be afraid anymore to ladder in. Because you ladder in, and each time it passes a stage, you just want to be in by the time the big move happens. So same thing with Bitcoin. You want to use all of these gaps over here to build your ultimate position for that one. for that huge gap on the weekly. So you want to make sure that your stuff is ready here and you're prepping it and your stops are in so that by the time this happens over here, you're not fumbling and trying to make money and trying to get into the trade. You know how hard it's going to be to get into the trade when this has happened? Because you can see the volatility, the spikes of this. It gets really hard, guys. It's about understanding when is the time to trade versus when's the time to make money. And if we're already in this position and you never built a trade, you have to wait. And that's just the sad truth of it. Amazing, though. You can continue there if there's anything else. I just wanted to get that teaching in. It's so important.
Sheldon, your all-time favorite, XTZ. We looked at it a little while ago, but go look at it on a higher time frame.
So we're going to start going through some of the coins now. I don't know if there's anything else you see now until because then I'm going to start going through the portfolios for you guys.
Look at it on the daily first.
I've got something for you guys here.
Oh, you got something, huh? Yeah, this looks good, Craig. Something. It just starts to move fast after that. So it's just got to get to that.
Trend line. If you take that trend line from a little bit back there.
Yeah, trend break. It's good. It's good. Yeah. It's just got this resistance here. So where's the money to be made here is by the time it gets from there to there. That's where there's some good money to be made. Okay, show us there, Dol. I'm going to start preparing for the portfolios.
So there's a couple of questions about Fetch, FET. Let me share my screen here. So looks very similar to what we're seeing around. This is the 4-hour Fetch. This yellow is the 200-week MA, which is what we shorted on last time. Over there, we caught this short. We've now broken through, created this nice little bull flag, and now we're rejecting a trend and the 200-week. So, you know, my thoughts here is obviously this is not the ideal entry. We want to see this thing pop. And I think it could pop quite nicely. And then when we get the support back on this 200-week and this trend, I think Fetch is going to go. So, yeah, keep tracking Fetch. If we reject, the bears are going to love this. The bears are going to want to short this down to, you know, this trend low over here. So, yeah, keep your eyes on this, guys. Just keep it on your watch list. I think this thing can move.
Do you think Fetch?
People want to show 24/7 live, Sheldon. Could you imagine?
Veracity, guys. I don't know much about Veracity. I mean, I know it's quite volatile. I think it kind of moved with Render and that in the past. But one of our audience members
was like kind of a competitor to Theta, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Or it's definitely gaming or something like that. But
yeah. So, you know, big picture, we've broken this daily trend, which is awesome. We've got the flag. We've now got a breakout of this flag, and we've just broken through this 200-day MA. So, I mean, I think there's quite a nice trade here. Any pullbacks into this region here, trend and 200-day MA, I'm quite a fan. I think we can move.
Everyone's asking for ape.
You got it there, Dol. Craig, I'm just looking for that portfolio thing of ours, just that template.
I'll send it to you on, can you get it on WhatsApp?
Yeah, I just wanted to load it up here because it would have been easier.
I've got it here.
See if you can just load it on the StreamYard.
Okay, I'll load it up now.
Okay, come on, Bitcoin, break it. Okay. Break it. Let's try again, guys. Come on! Is it working?
We need some magic.
Okay, I've loaded up there, Sheldon.
It's looking good.
Okay, cool. Let's see if I see it, Craig. Okay, there we go. Come on, Bitcoin. Just going to give it another 2 minutes, guys. Let's just see if Bitcoin breaks this high.
That's cool.
And then I'll get into the portfolios. Yeah, smash the like button. Smash the like button.
Dol, were you seeing any prime trades, eh?
Any
prime, any gold, any oil, I see oil dropping.
I've got, prime XBT. I was long US oil. I should be still long US oil. Let me check. Whose chart is that? Oh, that's Sheldon's. Okay, yeah, I'm just working on this ape chart quickly. I'm nearly done.
Yeah, just
Okay.
go through that quick. Let's see if Bitcoin breaks this. Come on, Bitcoin. Come on, baby.
Okay, so nice strong candle here from 𝗡 on the 1 hour. And decent 618 bounce.
Do you want to show it?
Yeah, when you're ready.
Okay, go for it.
So yeah, just keeping 𝗡 as simple as possible here. It lost a massive area, guys, which was up here. And we really thought we were rock bottom here on 𝗡 at 2.8. And now we found ourselves the other day sub 2, believe it or not. Okay, so just to keep things very simple for 𝗡, trend line, we're just tracking it going up. Okay, so we're assuming bullish momentum. We want to carry on moving. I've pulled a fib from this low over here. Okay, looking for 618 and horizontal support. And you can see it came down. It's pinged this area 2 or 3 times now already. And now it's pushing up against this trend. So actually, currently, it's a rejection area. And you can also see why we've got resistance here on the 1 hour as well. Okay, so the short-term sort of bearish scalpers would be looking at shorts in these type of resistance zones. We obviously now tracking BTC. So we want to see this thing pop again, guys, get some support here. And then we want it to take off. So yeah, 2 entry opportunities on 𝗡. One was down here off the 618. Well, there was another one there. You saw this on render as well. And then our next opportunity is going to be if we break this trend. And if we break this trend, obviously now we're changing direction, and then we're gonna track this thing up.
I actually like a lot of today's trades because it's just so nice where you can place your stop losses. I just like understanding a trade when you take it. You know what I mean? Where you're gonna think, what do you do on either scenario? It's very clear. It's very clear. Exactly.
Joel, one of our beast trades from the live trading in the afternoon. And guys, if you have finished Sniper School, you can join the live trading at 4 p.m. South African time, which is 10 a.m. Eastern time. Casper, you got to go look at that, bro.
Casper.
Oh,
has it gone?
Sheldon, we nailed it. We nailed it at the bottom room on the mix. Wasn't the 𝗕𝗆𝗃 one?
Oh yes, when we called it. Yeah. No, we got this dream entry on this thing.
You keep like going to quick one, but we had that bottom one 𝗕𝗆𝗃.
It's another coin that looks fired up is that Bitcoin Cash. It's
like not
so yeah. I mean, Casper was a classic 200-day MA play, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Look how it reacted off here. It was just perfect. Yeah, there was a hell of a move from this thing. I mean, we broke this trend. We were online when it was breaking that trend, I think. So 70% move on Casper. This is the daily chart. And then zoomed in is what I prepped for you guys today. Was this guy on the 1 hour. So yeah, just tracking sort of level by level and the trend. So keeping it as simple as possible. If we break this trend before we hit these supports areas, then we know we get our standard entry there. Otherwise, I'm going to try and look to grab a little bit down here. If we get a pullback, any pullbacks here, I'll keep it very tight. Try and get a little bit of an entry, and then hopefully we push on, and then we get that break over there for our second, or we can add to the trade. If this loses this level, my risk is a very tight stop that I've put in place. It will be under there, and then we look for an entry down here again. Okay, off the 618. So this would be my next area, and then same process. We wait for the break of trend, and you can add as well.
So I'm just busy paying attention here to my phantom position because we obviously got the good buy just before the big load off, and now I want to add more to my position. So I'm just busy lining up. So you can see on the 15-minute, guys, I quickly bring up a fib just to see the levels. And it's showing a little bit more. So another, it's not even 0.5%. So it looks like Bitcoin, let's just see here. Looks like it's going to just build a little flag here, maybe for the next, 20 minutes or so, which I think you can start preparing your positions. And like I say, I think Phantom Link Injective, Optimism. These are the ones that I'm going to pay attention to now. So just so that you don't get to, because I'm about to jump into the portfolio now. If this comes down, guys, I am adding more. So I'll update you guys as we go. But Phantom's the one that I'm pretty big in at the moment. And I'm in at the moment on 𝗬𝗿. 𝗬𝗿 at the moment. I got this trend, and then I have this little trend here too. So let's just put this in. There we go. So I'm going to be adding more to this position as well, as we're busy at the moment with the smaller pullback. Okay, guys, 𝗕𝗏𝗪, let me hit this quickly. Let's get this going. So I spoke about alt season at the beginning of the year. I spoke about a portfolio that I was building, and that's currently, for me, full honesty, I'm about 95% fully in crypto at the moment. So I'm holding a lot of positions, and I've just been focusing in the beginning of the year to say that I thought alt season could have sparked very quickly in the beginning of the year. You know what? It didn't. And very gratefully it didn't, because the main thing is I don't want it to miss it. But end of the day, what it also gave me was the realization of it's not always going to be this cheap, and the markets aren't always going to be this red. And you can either take as much opportunity as you can while it's happening. And that's therefore what I've been doing. So what I explained to you guys at the beginning of the year is I explained to you guys about this altcoin portfolio, about what I was buying, and this is exactly what I've been buying. There are a few more tokens I'm adding to it now, but the whole purpose of this was just to say, guys, before any alt season starts or before any bull market starts, if you don't have this basic structure and understanding, you're going to get your ass whooped in the bull market, because you're never going to know when to take profits, and you don't even have things categorized. So I just want to remind you again that when you're building a portfolio now, you want a percentage in your low risk, which is for me Bitcoin ETH, which is 30%. You see on the top block over there. Then I got 30% in my medium risk. Then I got 25% in my high risk. And then I got, let me just see, there's a comment there, sorry. 15% within my lower risk. Now, remember, the main thing that we want to build in crypto is we want Bitcoin and Ethereum. The only thing is Bitcoin and Ethereum is quite expensive. So not everyone can afford many Bitcoin, can afford many Ethereum. So ultimately, you jump into altcoins and you jump into smaller market caps that can outperform Bitcoin. And therefore, by you holding these tokens, you can, at the end of the day, make more Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's ultimately the only reason why you get into altcoins, is to make more of Big Daddy. But the way this works is you got to calculate the percentages of your portfolios. So I just want to remind you guys again, when you're building a portfolio, make sure that all of your tokens are categorized to low risk, medium risk, high risk, and very high risk. And these are the tokens that I have set in that portfolio. And there are more, but any token that comes in, you have to be able to say, okay, it's going in that section. Now, I brought up another analogy, and I want to go again through that today, and I want to go again through it a lot more tomorrow about it, is you need to look at this as your soccer team, your football team, or like I like to say, warriors or things like that. Some tokens are there just to make you pure money, guys. They're not there fundamentally. They're not there to do anything. They're there to make money. But the only problem is they also give a lot of money back. So you got to start categorizing your tokens to be like, okay, if I'm buying Render right now, or I'm buying these tokens, what's Render really good at? Render's really good at going from $1 to $2 back to $1. That's what it's good at. Even though fundamentally it's incredible, it's amazing, it's really good at doing that. So therefore, I need to use that to my advantage, to be like, okay, doesn't mean I'm afraid of Render, but it means when I get into Render and it has this huge push, I got to get out, because it always gives it back. And it's basically taking your warriors and being like, I have a king. I then have my main guys under the king. Under that, I got my kamikaze guys, and then I got my lunatics at the bottom. Now, lunatics are your small caps, your PEPEs, all these sort of things. Those lunatics go out to the field and they do a lot of damage. They make you a lot of money. But if you leave them there for too long, they give it all back and they go to zero, which means you mustn't be afraid of them. It just means that they have a time span. So, for example, if you're putting money into PEPE right now, that first immediate big pump on PEPE, you get out. Because if you leave PEPE out there for too long, it's going to die and it's going to give all the money back and it's going to hurt your army. And that's the thing. It's about knowing when to leave your trades out there for longer versus when you need to cut them quickly. Knowing that when you're taking a trade on an altcoin, this is there to make me quick money and I'm getting out. Now, for example, I want to show you guys one more time and remind you, I'm going to use 𝗏𝗏 as the perfect example. Perfect example. I have rated 𝗏𝗏 under my very high risk portfolio. My high risk and my very high risk. This is why I rated 𝗏𝗏 at my very high risk portfolio. 𝗏𝗏 is one of the best money making tokens you get in crypto. It is. Why? Because look at this. You get it at the right area, you make a lot of money. You don't get out, you give all the money back. Okay. Now people get afraid of coins that come down a lot. They come down a lot and they get very scared of it. Okay, no problem. I don't anymore. I just know that it does that. That every time 𝗏 gives me a lot of money and it gives it all back. And again over here, gives me a lot of money and gives it all back. Okay, and again, gives me a lot of money and gives it all back. So all that I learned is, whoa, okay, so with 𝗏, it makes me a shit ton of money. I just never get out of it. And therefore, every time I'm getting into 𝗏 going forward now, as soon as I see this immediate push to the upside of here, I'm getting out. Because if I leave it out there for too long, it gives all my money back. So this, therefore, falls under my lower part of my category. It falls right at the bottom. There you can see I have vet, I have 𝗏. Because it doesn't mean I'm afraid of them, that I'm scared of them. No, I just know that their lifespan of making me money is very short. So therefore, when I take the trade and I see the immediate push of what it's done, I know it always gives it back, which means I TP on that big push. And that's the thing. It's about just learning the power of actually timing these tokens and knowing where they should be. Secondly, above them, if you have a token that's so volatile, you are becoming money managers. Guys, if you've entered crypto, guess what? You've just become your own boss. You are the boss now. Not no one running your money and a bank's running your money and choosing your interest every year. Bullshit. You've become the boss, which means now you have tons of tokens and you're the boss in charge. So you're going to go put big money in a token that's going to do this? No. But are you going to put small money in, calculated money in, that you know that this can make you huge amounts very quickly? Yes. Therefore, again, make sure that you have percentages. This high-risk portfolio of mine is only 15% max, guys. Max. Because it makes me a lot of money. But it's also unreliable as shit. And it always gives back money when I make a mistake. And that's the big thing. That's why I'm not going to put 50% of my portfolio into this. I'll put 50%, 30 to 50% in Bitcoin and ETH. Because at least I know they survive bear markets. I know they go back. I know they do these things. And that's the big thing about just focusing on what you're doing. So at the bottom there, I still have tokens like Nakamoto. And let's actually go through. Let's speak about this. And remember, I want you to take your list over here, all your coins. I want you to take your portfolio right now, and I want you to put them in all these categories. What would you rate your token? And you know what? You want to know how to rate it? Go look how volatile this shit is. Go look how well it did in a bear market. If it went 95% down, it's a high-risk token. It's definitely a high-risk token. You know what I mean? Like, go put all of your tokens over here. Secondly, what you do is you go here on your list, you create a list, boom, you make a high risk, a medium risk, a highest risk, and a low risk. And you put all those tokens in over here. So that you know how long you are getting in the tokens. Now, guys, any very high risk tokens, you can be in the trade for 6 months. Doesn't matter. But when it gives you that huge pump, you are out. That's what it's going to offer you. It's going to give it all back. That's exactly what they do. Higher risk is a little bit longer, but still, you leave them out there too long, they hurt themselves. Medium risk, you know, medium, okay, I can leave them a little bit longer in the field, but then I got to get them out. Low risk, you can leave them in the field. Like they're your survivors. That's your Bitcoin. That's your king. You know, that's these sort of ones. You still want to time them, but at least you're not afraid of leaving them in the field because you know they can look after themselves. And without your Bitcoin and Ethereum, you can't build an army. I'll say this again. Without your king, your queen, the top, you cannot build an army. So do not mess up your top peer, your top pillar. I don't care. I can go back to $100 tomorrow and I will still make $1 million in crypto. As long as I still have that $100, my king, my gold, what it basically is. And that's a big thing to understand. So here, going through many of these tokens again, I want to remind you that the skill comes within crypto to understand that the only time you get into altcoins is to make more of Big Daddy. When's the right time to do that? Is when the market has literally been sunken out completely and flushed out. Because after this, you're going to start a spiral to the upside. And a lot of these tokens are going to outperform Bitcoin and ETH. But if you don't take your Bitcoin and ETH and turn it all into those profits on the way up, it's going to come all the way back down. So start prepping yourself. Don't be afraid to take altcoin picks now and to be patient with them because you're in the right phase. Now, I want to go through these tokens quickly. I want to go to the low risk one. Let's go to Bitcoin and ETH for a second. For me, Bitcoin's already gone. It's not cheap to buy right now. So if I'm a person that's coming in right now, I'm being patient for my Bitcoin buys. I want it for 27, if not the 24 region. It's not in a buy zone right now. So I leave that money there and I wait for the right areas of where to buy Bitcoin. I look at ETH right now and I'm like, okay, ETH's still okay. It's maybe okay to dip my toes now, but this is the better area to buy, which is on support. Anytime you're on support, add to your portfolio. So ETH, maybe a little bit, but I'm not buying my full position just yet. But now let's start being realistic. Let's start going to the coins that can make us real money, make us a lot of Bitcoin. Let's go look at this, Cardano, right at the bottom of the range. Right at the bottom of the range. Also very good at making money and giving it all back, and making money and giving it all back. So I know, okay, firstly, I'm buying it right at the bottom. There's going to be a lot of growth to come. But when it starts getting to these major areas, remember I just showed you how to select your zones. This is my TPs. I'll split it up. TP, 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 TP. And remember, are you going to go back into dollars? This is your choice. I'm trying to teach you crypto every day that when Cardano gets to those TPs, I go into Bitcoin and Ethereum. I want Bitcoin. The problem about getting into cash, because we keep thinking we're going to buy Bitcoin back cheaper, is we never end up buying our Bitcoin back. And we just keep throwing away our Bitcoin like Smarties. And the big money that shakes us out, the fear, they come and they just keep stealing our Bitcoin. And therefore, the big holders of Bitcoin wallets are the ones that just keep getting bigger. Can you not see that Marco Saylor keep getting more Bitcoin? Can you not see that these big wallets just keep getting more and more and more Bitcoin? Because we keep giving our Bitcoin away. We keep just popping it to you. So any of these TPs that happen now, I am turning it into Bitcoin and ETH. I want those currencies. But here we go. You look at what this means. You look at the percentage deals. Anything from here, you got 100, you got 300, you got 600, and you even have a 10x up to the upside. Okay, but this for me falls under medium. It's in a buy now. Definitely a dollar costing zone now to make Bitcoin and ETH. Even if I have to be patient for another 2 months, who gives a shit? I'm right at the bottom of the range here. This is going to make me Bitcoin and ETH whenever alt season may start, and it could start literally by tomorrow. It can start at any single moment. Look at this when it comes to AVAX. Looks when it comes to Matic. All of these tokens give you a lot of money and they give it all back. Okay. The difference is, though, if you look at Matic from the top to the bottom, I want to show you the difference between a medium risk and a high risk. There we go. You got 77%. Okay. On Matic, which sounds crazy under medium risk. Let's go to a very highest risk token. Okay. And let's go look at these tokens over here. And let's go use the example of PBX. Okay. PBX. Let's use this. This is the difference. From here, 98%. That's the difference between medium and high risk. So they all give money back, but some of them give way more money back when it comes to that. So let's go back over here to the medium risk. And I'm going to go through these quite quickly. Matic, it's actually too expensive right now. It's not cheap enough. So unless it's beautifully in my bottom zone, I don't want it right now. I'll be patient. I'll be patient for those areas. And guess what? If it goes up from here and I never got it, who cares? I'm not getting into these tokens to fall in love with them. I'm getting here to make money. That's what I want. So if you're not perfect in my buy zone and you're not giving me the perfect area, I don't give a shit how good you are fundamentally. I want the right token at the right place that I can manage and I can make money. That's how I want to trade that. So Matic, I want it cheaper. I want it in the mid 50 cents. I look at Chainlink right now. Oh, geez, come on. Come on. This is where I started, guys. You get to restart a bull market. Do you not see that where this started? The level that it finally broke through when Chainlink broke $5, it ended up going to $55 in the next few months to come after that. Now we are sitting back at $5. And all that I see is what was previously resistance, the last bull market, has now become support in the bear market. This, for me, I want Chainlink. Beautiful. And I look at the upside potential of this. I look at the areas of from here to my next resistance, 160. My next resistance, 370. And guess what? You have me in the whole bull market to help you guys on the way up. How far are we TPing? Does it break? Main thing is, where are we fishing right now? And this is falling under my medium risk. So I look again at my portfolio and I'd be like, what percentage does this fall under? My 30% category. Now, guys, if there's only 3 tokens, if you're starting crypto right now and you want to build a portfolio and only 3 of them are in the buy zone right now, you only buy those 3. And guess what? If the market takes off tomorrow and the bull run starts, you just have those 3. Who cares? Those were the perfect entries. Ask the guy that bought $300 of PEPE and turned it into $4 million. Ask that guy. Did he need 100 altcoins? No, he didn't. He didn't need 100 altcoins. He just needed a few really good entries, and therefore he became a millionaire. And that's the same thing. You got to be so stingy. I had this token previously, and I changed my mind now. I'm starting to get out of it because my risk to reward looks like crap on this token. BNB, it does fall under medium risk. Why? Biggest exchange in the world. Fundamentally phenomenal. But if I look at the risk here of this token, do I really want this for the bull market? What's my maximum upside over here? 200%. Okay. What's my downside over here? If I buy it right now and it comes to these areas, what's my possible downside? 80%. That's collapse of Binance. That's something crazy over there. This for me now it is a medium risk token, but for me it's not worth it. So for me, this at the moment, you will not see the sheet again right now as it stands with BNB on it anymore in the medium, because I looked at the chart now and I'm like, fundamentally or not, this is not the best risk to reward right now. Boom, you're gone. There's the 4 that I'm focusing on the medium. Okay, let's go to the high risk portfolio. These are your phantoms, your Solanas. Look at that, baby. So Phantom makes you a lot of money and gives it back too. And let's actually see what Phantom was from the top all the way down to the bottom. 96%. It's a high risk token, guys. High risk token. But now we're at the bottom range this time. I want to explain something to you. This, why it falls under high risk is because it can't hold when times get hard. You know, when you got those friends that are incredible when life's good. You know, you're at the party. And then all of a sudden times get really hard and they disappear and they're unstable and they're up, they're down, they're up, they're down. Those are the friends that are not good for you when times are hard. They're not, because they bring you down and you're trying to get up every day and be better every day. But you got this friend that's just, oh, life sucks. It's not good. This is happening. All these problems. Yeah, FTM is one of those coins. That's one of those friends. So they're fun when you want to go have some fun, but they're very terrible, which doesn't mean you don't want to be friends with them. Just be friends with them when times are fun. When times are bad, just find your other friends that are better. So again, I show you that this doesn't hold well in a bear market, but holy shit does it perform in a bull market. Let's go look at the last run from Phantom. 2,000%. 2,000% to the upside. That's what you can see at the moment there. So what does that mean? It means stop throwing away because of, it's basically taking someone that has a bad side to them and be like, I don't like you because of your bad side. No, just start using their good side to your advantage and get away from the bad side. So therefore, you know you want to be in Phantom when the market goes up because it makes you the most money and it makes you the most gains. You know that Phantom sucks in a bear market. So what are you going to do next time? The next time you see Phantom go up 1,000%, what are you doing? You're getting out because it sucks in a down. But now it's only been going down. So now you start preparing for the upside. And if you start looking at here, I still think it's a 10x gem. I think a lot of these coins will 10x in the bull markets. Same thing as Solana. Sucks in a bear, brilliant in a bull. So therefore, we've been coming down. We're 90% down from the highs. I'm interested. I'm happy. It's in a zone right now. I'm building this. I'm taking 25% of my portfolio, and these are the tokens that I am currently in at the moment. Is all these tokens. ThorChain, completely wrecked. Completely wrecked. And it's a 22x back to all-time high. 22x back to all-time high. I'm splitting. I'm in Rune at the moment. We spoke about Algo. I still think this is one of the best categories of tokens to make great money in the next bull market. I don't know if they're going to get to all-time highs. If they get to all-time highs, we're 20x. If they get halfway, which I think many of them will, it's 10x. Look at all of them right now, guys. I just know now that there's no better time right now to be building altcoin portfolios because alt season comes at any moment. The only difference this time is I know how long to hold them. I know how long to hold them because when they wake up and they do, you saw the beginning of the year. Phantom did 400%. Did 400% at the beginning of the year. Next summer, and then guess what it did after that? It went all the way back down. All the way back down. So therefore, when Phantom does 400% again, what do? Doesn't mean I'm afraid of it. I just use it. So Algo, this other one over here, crazy. 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Crazy. Still here, still great fundamentally, and ultimately huge when it comes to the upside gains. It's just falling under my high risk. But there's no better time right now. Look at DOT. Look at Neo Protocol. Look at these coins. This isn't the time to be afraid to get into these coins. The time to get afraid of them is when they're doing that. Then you don't touch the shit. But when it's doing this at the bottom, it's only but ever been the best times to buy it. Because you look at the time over here, it also came through a bear cycle. And guess what happened after that? They did thousands of % to the upside. So it's about being smart and calculating XRP. This for me still, I don't think it's got anywhere, and I still think it's going to be big. And this is 𝗵𝗏𝗧𝗧. This is why 𝗵𝗏𝗧𝗧 will be a huge millionaire. She's already getting there, but this is where she's going to take it to the whole nother level. It's 𝗕𝗏𝗕. This thing just rips, goes crazy. They start in this big form. You can see a lot of it in the market cycle over here. But this falls under my high risk, and I'm in. This thing is back to, I think it's a 25x back to all-time high. And I know where I'm buying it, right in the start. And it's been here before. That's where it was before. Therefore, what happened after that, I just know not to hold it when it goes on that crazy 2-month run. When it goes on that 2-month run, I'm laddering out. Leave 10% just for your gambler's mentality, just to keep that little bit of spark inside of your soul. And that's it. But at least I know I've categorized it. Then we got the huge kamikaze guy, the guys that are, they're making money, but they're very reckless. And this just comes down to your very high risk over here. I have 𝗁, I have 𝗏𝗏, I have PBX. These are still my favorites. And what I like to do with this is I don't like putting my own money in. I just buy with profits. So any profit that I make on leverage trades, on spot trades, I buy these tokens, because you don't need to buy a lot. You can buy very small amounts, $50, $20, $100. And therefore, these things can 50 to 100x in the next bull market. You don't know. 1 or 2 that may not survive. That's why you're diversifying in case 1 or 2 doesn't survive, as in Luna, as in Celsius, as in Solana, as in many of these tokens that didn't. That's why you have many of them. And you can start to see that PBX hasn't taken off yet. It's still in buy, but guess what? At some point, they no longer buys. So look here. Naka was a buy. Sorry, guys, it's gone now. I spoke about it here. And if you did buy it here, you're already, let's actually look at the percentage. This is, we spoke about this thing in November, guys. November. You are 600% up. Now it's not a buy anymore. And this thing, as it starts ripping up now, you start TPing out. These are my levels. I've decided to hold this for a year to 2 years. Okay, it's not a buy right now. Even if you think, oh, but Sheldon, it can still 4x. No, you missed the buy. But PBX is in the buy and Scallop's in the buy. Same percentage sort of tokens that I'm looking at. We have Gala Games here. Look at that. Right at the bottom, right in the reset. This thing does crazy pumps when it wants to. Next time it does a crazy pump. Sheldon, where is the pump? Okay, cool. Now what do? You take the areas that I just showed you. There's the area. Where's the next gap after that? You got that small gap there. And then you got that one there. Cool. So you know when the money is. The money is between the gaps. So don't expect price to move much over here. There's a little push. But when price gets here, boom, you know where to start TPing. When it starts to accelerate, when it starts to move quick, that's when you TP. So you're going to take your charts and you're going to go here, like in 𝗏𝗧. You're going to see, okay, this is a huge support. It's basically the start of the bull run. And then you're going to be like, okay, where are the areas? There's the first area. Where does it start to speed up though, Sheldon? You said that these coins speed up. Okay, cool. Let's put up all the areas. Where does the coin speed up? That's when it speeds up. So it means in the area here you're building, once it's through here, that's where the speed up process happens. That's where you focus on TPs. Very simple. Super. I still think it's incredibly, look at that. That's a whole reset of the market cycle. It's a great area to dollar cost now. Great area. Again, make sure you control the percentages, guys. 15%. That's what you control about the tokens that you're in over here. We got, look at that. Ranging. Oh, come on, guys. Come on. This is good. Here's your bottom range. This one's even better. There's your top range, which means every time it's at the bottom, you can accumulate. And when do you really start to see acceleration? When it gets out of that range. When your coin pumps, all of a sudden you've been buying and it pumps over there and your entries at the bottom over here has made you 200, 300%. There's your times TP. We got 𝗏𝗏𝗃 right at the bottom of the range. That's still our short-term trade we're in. We have render. Boom, gone at the moment. Maybe some buys now. Where was the time to buy? As all these tokens over here. Some buys over here, but this still falls under very high risk for me, guys, especially where it's at right now. It doesn't hold well in bear markets. It does well in bull markets, but not in bear markets. Guys, what do you think? Pop in the chat there. This is what the shit's about, right? Yes, we're such an TA and we get entries. Like, come on, let's take and understand what we're doing. If you have 20 altcoins in your portfolio right now, categorize every single one of them. And what are you going to do when that does 20x? What are you doing? How are you tracking it? What are you doing? Like, what's the plan, guys? That's the big thing that I want. Let's get the team back on and let's get back onto the trades. Let me know if you enjoy that, guys. 𝗏𝗏𝗃, what's happening? Whew. Okay. Did my phantom hit my position? Can't hear you, Dill. You muted. Oh, it hit 618 and I never got it. Okay, wait. Let me just add a little bit here. See where my entry's at. Okay.
So what I'm seeing, Injective still looking strong. Veracity's moving. Matix now had a little retest on that 1 hour trend and bounced. Curves holding well.
I think this was the dip
Render's
to get in
nothing.
short-term positions. Where's Craig? Is Craig here? Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm going to jump.
Arb is pushing.
Oh, guys. Say again. What did you say, Craig?
Arb is pushing a bit.
Carver.
Okay. Yo, I'm going to quick sip. I'll be back in 2. You guys cool, yeah? Let me show some charts. Jeez, like stuff takes my energy, bro. Woo! Come on, guys.
BCH.
Chris says, yeah, BCH is trying to go. Yeah, look at it. But he's such a degen beast move this day. Oof. It's like a PEPE thing, eh?
Look at this tweet here. This Kaduna guy. He's got 70,000 followers on Twitter. And he's talking about this Trias coin. And I saw this thing and I've looked at the chart. Oof. And, we were talking about this on that live session last week, I think, Craig.
Yeah.
We were looking for pullback areas. Just another classic, guys, a classic 382 on a horizontal pullback and a pump. Obviously this news has helped, but 20% move off this 382. So look, the news is out or whatever's going on here on this tweet, whatever he's saying, obviously some big things happening there. So yeah, potentially we want to look for entries. This is not the entry now. The entry was down here. So we need to kind of be patient here and see, look at the bigger picture and see where we are. But like right now, I'm not seeing any definitive entries other than what we gave the other day, 4.02 level. So give it time, let it pull back, let it consolidate. We'll try and pick it up later.
Trias was actually Fred's coin. Someone said James's coin. It was Fred's coin.
Yeah. Fred, yeah, I remember that actually. But there's clearly something going on there. Arbitrum, flag, pushing this flag. So still something to keep an eye on. Fetch rejected at this 200-day, but it's back, guys. It's back. So, a little move down, but putting pressure again. So keep your eyes on this fetch. Render.
Well, the other one we never looked at again. I mean, we looked at it on the live, but we haven't looked at here today was SNX. I remember we were pushing the 200. We rejected off.
Yes. Okay, let's pull it up.
Good enough tabs open there, Dor.
So many charts. Look at this. This is a bit messy. Okay, let's zoom out.
Yeah. So it was.
I see Mike there. How's it, Mike? Mike's in the audience there.
Nice to see you, Mike.
Okay, so we identified these areas here. Let me just clean this up a little bit and see what's going on. So just talk to me about SNX. It was synthetics or something.
Yeah, synthetics, which is synthetic assets. And they've come out with a new version of their software and basically buying stocks on blockchain, traditional stocks. So we're getting into the area.
Yeah, I remember we were a bit iffy about this one. We didn't have great zones, but yeah, this horizontal was probably the best guy here that I liked. There was nothing like jumping out permanently for me that sort of excited me too much. I don't think. Let's just.
No, you don't sound too excited there, Dor.
Yeah. It's not gelling with me. Sometimes they gel with me. I get excited. I
know, because it's hitting your what retracement level are we hitting there?
Yeah, it's hitting the 382, but it lost it at reclaim, so that's something interesting. Okay, 200-day MA, we know, guys, that's going to be a resistance area every time.
I'm just checking on.
It's okay here. I don't like the size of this candle, Craig. That's why I'm a little bit iffy about it. This candle was too big for me.
Yeah,
this was a 5.6%. Yeah, and from a stop perspective, like I want to get in on this 382, for example, on a deep pullback into the 382. But now my one eye is tracking this candle here, where I know that I've got to add an extra 2% for the low on my stop. So, you know, for me, for what I'm looking for, it wouldn't work for me from like a leverage perspective. I like a nice tight entry, 1 to 2%, you know, on an 8-hour, 12-hour daily type candle. 4 hours, great. Okay, so yeah, render, you know, still waiting for this bigger move. I think we're gonna, you know, it will pop nicely. You know, there's probably been a lot of shorts up here as well. So maybe we get a nice push up. Somebody was asking about cello on the 8-hour. So in the audience, somebody was asking about this thing. I don't know anything about it, but there is some horizontal action here. That's interesting. Okay, it's an area. You know, it's a bounce zone. BTC holds. I would say this will just track up with it.
Yeah, I don't know anything
So,
about
yeah,
that.
not the worst. Yeah. 𝗬𝗎, I hear this often, you know. All I've got for 𝗬𝗎 is just this horizontal tracking right now. So, you know, just watch this trend, maybe deep pullbacks into this area here. Could be a sneaky little entry, you know. But that's your support, guys. You lose that, you start opening up this area down here. Yeah, so Matic, this was Matic on the 1 hour. So we had that little break, a little retest. So seems all right there. Shall we take some other charts from the audience?
Yeah, I'm just having a look. I was just...
Come on, guys. What are we looking at for you? Injective, we've looked at KSM. Yeah, KSM. Let's look at KSM. Macintosh. Yeah, looks good. Break, retest. Yeah, it looks very similar to that Aptos chart. You know, we broke that massive daily trend coming down. We've had 3 or 4 days of just range, but holding this daily support. So that's been very positive. So hopefully you guys would have got your deep pullbacks here onto this trend retest. So that would have been your ideal entry, guys. 24.5, anywhere around there was like perfect. And then the natural play is to chase it to, you know, this region here. We've got the 200-day, which we know we're going to get a rejection. We've got this area here, this old support, which is now resistance. Let me just change that. So this is now a resistance area to watch, guys. And if you want to TP, if you long from lower down, you know, you want to definitely take something off the table. You want to kind of front run this area just to make sure you get your profit.
Okay, so is Bitcoin trying to attempt here again? So I think the big thing now, just to add in, I think you've got to get your alt positions in and you've got to put your stops in. This is the moment for Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's going to run now. It will run a little bit solo on Bitcoin first, but what you're going to see is you're basically going to have Bitcoin push, altcoin catch, Bitcoin push, altcoin catch, and you're going to basically run. So end of the day, Bitcoin's turning bullish for the day. Therefore, we're entering our alt positions. We're not worrying about them to fly just yet. They fly after Bitcoin. And right now, Bitcoin's respected this beautifully, and it's looking at breaking this high now and making it up. We want to see 31,000. So what you'll see is when price gets up there, you will start to see your smaller time frame RSIs. If it's fighting there, you'll see your alts will be up 5-6%. You can start taking some TPs on your short terms. I just want to remind you guys again that I gave you 2 different versions in this show. I gave you the long-term versions about pay attention to where you are higher time frames so that you can make money with a big part of your portfolio. Buy those coins, categorize them, putting them in the right positions. And then what you do is you take a small part of your portfolio and you give yourself a trading portfolio that you can trade. The pumps, the this, you can go crazy within. But you're going to make a lot of your money within your long-term portfolio. So get that all ready. Because right now, if Bitcoin breaks 31,000 and it goes to 35, 34, Your entries are going to look phenomenal. Stop worrying about the past. Erase everything. Start brand new today. You don't care where you're at. You don't care what's lost. You don't care what's made. Brand new today. New you. And guess what? You've got tons of experience. You have a whole community that's got your back, and you've got every single person here with you this time. You're going to make it this time, and believe it in your damn brain. And again, when you do make it, who you're going to be and what do you want out of crypto? What's your life after crypto? What's the journey after that? Let's celebrate this together. It's been a crazy 2 years together, but I would not spend it with anyone else. I've had many ups and downs on this journey, but I'm grateful to have you guys here and pushing me every day to keep fighting and to keep pushing. And therefore, we have taught 20,000 people through school. We have taught many, many, many different. We got this, Banter fam. So we're going to jump. I'm going to be joining 𝗬𝗏𝗍𝗫 show. So go onto YouTube and go search 𝗬𝗏𝗍𝗫. In 2 hours, come show some love and support. It's my... Sorry. 𝗬𝗏𝗍𝗫. So let's just put this on over here. Malco over here. Come join me on there. It's my first time ever being on someone else's show. So you can see, there we go. Who's that guy? Who's that guy? I love you all, guys. Get your positions, put your stops in. We'll be updating. If things go crazy and we're above 31, I'll see if I can do another stream tonight. I do have Sniper School as well. But I'll try to do as many streams as we can this week. I just want to be here with you guys and let's make it happen. Much love to you all, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Much love.